men are created equal, and that the rights of every man are diminished when the rights of one man are threatened. Today we are committed to a worldwide struggle to promote and protect the rights of all who wish to be free.
America, land of the free, home of the brave. Everyone always talks about how America is the freest country in the world, but do you know why? One reason is a little document known as the Constitution. Written in 1787, it was a replacement for the restricting Articles of Confederation. Our Constitution grants us the freedom to not incriminate ourselves, own guns, and arguably most important of all, our freedom of speech. By allowing us to express ourselves freely, the First Amendment helps uphold American values of freedom. Not always black and white, some people don't understand what falls under the First Amendment and what does not. In this video, we will talk about some misconceptions, what is protected and what is not, and why the First Amendment is so important. We will also touch on how social media has made it easier to abuse this right. The First Amendment officially protects free speech by stating, Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech or of the press. This allows our citizens to speak without censorship, to protest our government without punishment, for the press to speak with bias, the list goes on and on. That being said, there are some misconceptions about the First Amendment. But why? Doesn't it let you say whatever you want? Well, no, not exactly. You can't walk into a movie theater and scream, "Fire!" Free speech does not allow you to make threats or intentionally mislead someone. What the First Amendment does protect is your right to have your own voice and opinion, but it also allows people of different opinions to voice theirs. In addition, what people fail to understand is that while their speech is protected, the consequences of what they say are not. Let's take a look at some examples from current and past events. Speaking of threats, Trump advisor Roger Stone has been banned from Twitter after lashing out at CNN personalities following a report they published over the Russia investigation. Twitter claims threats are against its terms of use. Stone claims being banned was an act of censorship against conservative voices and free speech. Who is right? The First Amendment gives Stone the right to speak his distrust of CNN. However, it doesn't stretch as far to allow him to threaten them, which is where the line was crossed. Colin Kaepernick has recently got into some hot water with the NFL after exercising his First Amendment right by refusing to stand for the national anthem. Since freedom of speech protects all speech, whether you agree with it or not, Kaepernick legally has the right to do this. However, he has no protections for the consequences he is facing.
Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, "Get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired"?
Almost a year later, he still remains unemployed by the NFL, despite his talents, and there's no law requiring him to be rehired.
I would note, of course, that the players aren't subject to any prosecution, but if they take a provocative act, they can expect to be condemned, and the president has the right to condemn them.
They are in the tradition of people exercising First Amendment rights. If the government tried to stop them, it would violate the Constitution.
We all remember a few years ago when Chick-fil-A CEO Dan Cathy said he was guilty as charged when asked if Chick-fil-A only supported the traditional family, implying he does not support gay rights. This led to boycotts of his company, a loss in sales, and damaged his personal and professional profile. While the act of speaking his opinion was perfectly within the law, the First Amendment provided no protections against the public's response. The free speech versus gay rights debate continues today with the recent wedding cake controversy. A Colorado baker, Jack Phillips, has been sued by a same-sex couple for refusing to bake a wedding cake for them, and the case has gone all the way to the Supreme Court. The debate? The couple insists that they are being discriminated against illegally. The baker insists he has the First Amendment right to freedom of expression by not baking a wedding cake on religious grounds. Phillips has already lost 40% of his business due to backlash. A closely divided Supreme Court is expected to give a verdict soon. While all of these guys have the right to speak their opinions, they did not get a free pass from people's personal and professional reactions. The takeaway? Free speech is necessary. A major value of democracy, it allows everyone to have a voice and a say in what goes on in this country. With free speech will always come conflicts of opinion, which is why it is important for people to watch what they say and exercise this right responsibly. Speech is protected, consequences are not. And remember, our government is here to protect our rights, not grant them.